I'm nervous.
So,
I think that was my natural sound.
yeah, it's
I
okay.
think to get louder as time goes by, I
Let me
guess.
see. Yeah, we're doing good.
We're doing good?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I have to try
If
to.
anybody needs a break
balance
and
it
needs
out.
something to
That's why
eat, just let me know. I don't want to make you
sound-
pass out. I know we just ran right into this.
Ah,
Okay. We're almost done with this part, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll finish with you, okay?
can we
All
finish
right,
with me before the break?
You want a break?
No, can we finish with me before we take a break? I mean, my interview before
Oh,
the
yeah.
break.
Oh,
Possible?
yeah, you want to go right through and not take a break?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I gotcha.
Possible.
Sure.
Thank you.
Talk about the transition from performing at school to making a music career. Do you want me to say that again? That sounded weird.
Well, the transition coming from school to making a music career for me was pretty smooth. Not because of Manhattan School of Music, because that's one thing I think that conservatories lack. They don't teach you how to create a career. These kids come into these schools, they're facing a lot of competition already, and they think that to make it big, you have to go through these international competitions. I never liked the competition route, but I was taught how to succeed in undergrad. And basically, it's something you either make it or it's up to you whether or not you make it. Like I said, it's all in your attitude. You have to be determined. All right. So what my brother and I did after we graduated, we decided we're not going to sit around and wait for agents to call us. We're not going to sit around and just go through competitions and so forth. And most of the competitors anyway, when they compete, they don't have a career. They win one competition, get a few performances, you never hear about them. So we decided we're going to do it on our own. If we have to rent the venue, do whatever it takes to do it, and that's what we started doing.
I must say, I remember in one of our concerts, a gentleman came up to us and said, "You guys are great pianists, but I don't understand what you guys are playing." And that sounded very insulting to us. But we realized, too, at that point, that was our last year in school, we realized after this, we're going to have to change. And I think that might have influenced us.
Yeah, and then these are the types of change that most classical musicians in the conservatories are not willing to make. You see, it's somewhat of a compromise because, to be honest with you, and I'll say it and boldly, some people might not like it, but classical music, along with jazz music, are the most challenging types of music. Period. Nothing else is challenging, whether it be pop, R&B. Nothing else is as challenging as these. And for us. And that's the reason why you find most classical musicians are not willing to compromise, because they want to face that challenge. If you want to go play a pop tune, that's nothing. Me, myself, both myself and my brother, even the pop tunes that we play in these arrangements, we don't practice them much. Once we arrange them, we have them on our hands after practicing them a few times. We don't practice them that much before we play them. Take me just a few minutes going over it, boom, and it's done. But the classical pieces, we got to practice them for months.
Yes, you have to practice them to the very last second.
See, so
of the performance.
And it goes for both jazz and classical. Jazz musicians, the jazz virtuosos, a lot of them are not willing to compromise because the art is so high. Everything else is just child's play.
So what are the challenges that you've been facing and overcoming from school to transition into your career?
Trying to find a niche, because when we had our last album, for instance, people didn't know what to describe it as. There's no particular genre. How can you describe the Altino Brothers? Are they classical? Are they religious? Are they gospel? Are they this? The thing is, we incorporate so much into our craft that it's indescribable. So, I mean, these are the challenges, but for me, it's a good challenge. It's a good challenge.
Was there ever a time when you thought you couldn't make it as musicians?
No.
No, it's not a choice. Your love for the music is too strong, it's too powerful to worry about that. Really, we worried more about what if. And I'm in my last year of high school when I had to decide to audition. And people tell me, what are you going to do for your living? To me, I could not see myself not being able to play the piano at a high level.
Failure is not an option.
It's like, whatever, this is what it must be.
Only God could say, say we break our arms or, do something drastic like that happens.
Right.
that's gonna stop us from succeeding. As long as we're able and healthy, nothing's gonna stop
As a
us.
matter of fact, do I see it right now? We are happy that most of people will know because we're doing what we love.
Right.
Did-
Yes.
Did you guys ever think of another career or not at all?
It was established by the age of, I think, 13 or 14, that I would become a professional musician. Now listen to this. One of the reasons why, all right, aside from having a love for it, and this is what comes to me most naturally, I'm lazy. I do not like to wake up early, all right? And as a teenager, I worked in a warehouse where I had to work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the summertime. And I said, I looked at people, I'm very observant. In the morning, I'd observe people going to work that early. Nobody looks happy. And I was one of them. I said, there's no way I'm working a 9 to 5. It is not for me. And I will see to it that I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but they look so unhappy, you know? So, but I'm going to do what I love. And that's music. So as a musician, the advantage for me is I wake up whenever I want, you know, I set my own hours. So
There's no profession like it. You get to meet people from all walks of life.
oh, it's an adventure.
I mean, really, I cannot even describe it. Yes, you will meet some bad people too, but you get them out of your life. But it is to know that you can meet different people and go from places to places in a matter of days is a blessing. Yes.
Tell me about your first big show together.
First big show together took place at York College. We had a 2-piano recital together at York College. That was probably the last pure classical recital that we had. It was our first, and it was the last pure. It was our first together, you know, as a duo. But that was the last. That's when we realized, because a lot of people. That's when people came to us and said, "Man, you guys are this, you guys are that," but we didn't understand the thing you were playing. And we're like, you know what? That's it. We're changing. We didn't want to abandon our classical repertoire because, like I said, we want that challenge. But we had to include other aspects of the repertoire into our concert in order to succeed. And it's worked. It's working.
And also about the concert, we played some of the most difficult two piano pieces in there, and also solo pieces that I've been working for, and he's been working for months. And to think that's the kind of reaction we got, it's like, whoa.
No, but they loved it.
No,
At the end of the concert, we got a standing ovation.
Yes, we did, but at the same
you know,
time,
throughout the concert,
uh-huh.
people were just sitting there, you know, and they're like, yeah, you know, they're dazzled by those fingers or whatever's going on, but they couldn't relate to it at all. But once we began to incorporate other genres into our concert, it was a whole new ball game.
Basically, we did not want people to come to our concert feel like they're doing us a favor or they're supporting us. We want them to come to our concert because they know they're going to have a good time, and they're going to hear something that they know and love in a high standard.
Right. And I found classical musicians, pure classical musicians, are not audience conscious.
No.
That's what separates us from them.
No, they're not.
We care about what our audiences think, because you're not
for
in
them.
this to play for yourself. What's the use? You have a talent. Your responsibility is to share it. So therefore, the market that we've been exposed to thus far, we find that they appreciate the classical, they appreciate everything else, but they want to hear something that they could relate to.
Tell me about the first time you played with a big orchestra. Was it intimidating?
Well, my brother first played with an orchestra after he got his master's, and I got the experience because I went to a small college. I got the experience very early within my college years. Not at all. It was not intimidating because I was well prepared for it.
It was a bit nervous for me. It was a bit difficult for me because I was playing the Prokofiev Piano Concerto No. 3, and any pianist that play that piece knows that there are dangers in that piece.
Now listen to this.
Yes.
He got his first orchestral performance, okay, of all places, at Lincoln Center. He made his Lincoln Center debut, also his orchestral debut. It was his first time playing with the symphony orchestra at Lincoln
Yeah,
Center.
it was such a.
So
how can I
imagine.
say? Yeah, it was such a piece. It was wow. If the
Yeah.
orchestra messed up,
Yeah, you're done for. You should be.
I mean, the rhythm was crucial, so we had to really rehearse. Yes.
We work well though.
Any regrets? Any